I'm making this video to help geology professors and any science teacher teach online during this COVID-19 pandemic. My name is Arthur Lee, and I teach at Roane State Community College here in Tennessee. I've been teaching geology classes, specifically physical geology and historical geology, for the last 25 years. So, how do you do it? Well, the first thing you do is if you have a Macintosh, go to QuickTime. The way you go to QuickTime is you go to the magnifying glass, click in QuickTime, double click on that, and it'll bring you into QuickTime. Then the next thing you want to do is I'm already making a movie recording, but if you haven't started, go to new movie recording, and then you'll get this picture of yourself, and the audio will come with it. You can size it any way you want. I put mine in the upper right hand section, and then you want to go to view and go to float on top. Now, why do you want to do that? Because that keeps your picture always on top, so that no matter what happens, they can see you. And then you want to go um, to start your video. You want to go to new screen recording, and then you want to start your screen recording. You click on the button. You start your screen recording. As soon as that happens, you're doing your video. Now, um, I might lecture about groundwater or rivers or plate tectonics or whatever, but once I'm done everything, then I click on this button right here to stop it. I'm not going to stop it right now, but then it'll be saved on your desktop as a file. It'll be saved as a file with and you could use any of your programs here um, to show your students whatever you want, but it'll be saved as a WMOV file. Okay, so once you're done your lecture, you got an MOV file, and you can rename it to anything you want. Lecture number 1, lecture number 2, lecture number 3, groundwater, whatever you want. Then, this is the thing that saved me so much time, is when you go to YouTube, you need to upload your video. Once you set up so you need to set up a YouTube channel. Mine's here, Arthur Lee. Put a photograph of yourself there, maybe with your students out in the field. When you have your MOV file, go to YouTube Studio, click on that, and then click on this button to upload your video. Now, I started off by just getting my MOV file and dragging it. So if I clicked on this, I'd upload a video, and then I'd just drag that video right here. And then that starts the video. But I learned a hard lesson, and I don't want anyone to go through the hell that I went through. It takes forever. It could take 10, 12 hours to load a 1 hour video. So, what do? Well, this is what saved me time. Go to Handbrake, download this program, ladies and gentlemen. If you download this program, you're going to save yourself an enormous amount of time. Once you get Handbrake, okay, what Handbrake does is it compresses the file. So let's say you have an MOV file. Then you open that file up, and it will compress that file. Let's see if I can show you how that works. Let's see, I have, oh, holy mother of God. Let's say I had a video that I wanted to, well, I don't have a video right now, but let's say I had an MOV file. Then make sure this is clicked, web optimize, align AV start, and then what you want to do is open your MOV file, and then you click start. And that's going to compress your file so that it's easier to upload on YouTube. put your compressed file in when you go to YouTube and put it here. Select that file, click that blue button, and it will take, on the average, for a 1 hour lecture on my computer, an hour and a half. And then when you're uploading the file, don't close your computer. Don't put it. Just leave it on. You can do your other work, and you could just as soon as it's done uploading the file, then it's going to process the file. And it may seem real slow. It may stick at 0% for a while, but it will go. It will finish. It will go up to 95%, and then once it says finished processing, your video is uploaded. Your video is uploaded. So look at all these videos I've uploaded here. Let's just take a look at one of them. This one here is called Summer 43. You see?
This video is going to be called Summer 43, and it's the first video for your Monday class coming up on the 20th. And it's about recharge. So recharge is in your book, but what is recharge all about? Well, we've learned over the years that if we pump too much water out of our aquifers.
Okay, I don't want to bore you. It's not boring, but they're very good lectures. I try to put in a sense of humor too. I tell my students what they need to do every week through these videos. I ask them to watch. I always email my entire class list so that everybody knows when the videos are uploaded. Ask them to subscribe to your channel. And you could use this way, your students can access your lectures 24/7. And once you're done your entire list, let's say for a physical geology class, I have enough classes here that I could teach completely online. And we're being forced to do that this fall. I shouldn't say forced to, but because of the circumstances. And you could just have your videos here available for your students. Now, let's say I wanted to make a bunch of different videos for each semester. I could rename these videos. I could make a playlist. And you can see I have one here on my playlist. And so that you can give them a link to your playlist, and it'll show you all the videos that they need to watch for that particular week. Some other hints about teaching online are you can use another program called Whiteboard. You can get this on your Mac. And if you wanted to make any drawings, go to Whiteboard, and you could do all kinds of things. You could draw pictures of anticlines and synclines. You can show them what a strike and dip symbol is, or horizontal beds. Anytime you want to draw something, you can use this whiteboard as well. I like to use that. The other hints I have to give you about teaching online during this COVID-19 is email your students so that they know exactly when their labs are due. And I make my labs online so they can all be done online. I put a lot of thought into them, and I send them out. Each of my, let's say I had a class of 16 students like this summer, divide them into 4 groups of 4. Now they can't meet each other, so how are they going to do it? Well, you can get them, show them how to get on Zoom so that the 4 of them can work together. And I know what you're thinking. What do I do about rocks and minerals? How am I going to do that? You can't do that by video. Well, there are 4 ways that I can think that will work. The first is if you can get permission from your dean to teach the class in the lab in person. That's going to be hard to do nowadays. But if you were able to do that and have people sit 6 feet apart and wear masks, that's a possibility. I don't think that's going to work because a lot of students won't feel safe. So during the summer, what I did is I prepared boxes of rocks and minerals, and I put them on my doorstep, and they picked them up. If your students are living just a few miles away, they could just pick them up, and then return them at the end of the lab. The second way you could do it is if you could get permission to just have one member of each group of four in a lab group show up. Everybody sits 6 feet apart, and then you use Quicktime to record the lab session, and then send those to the other people in each lab group. Or you can have them video it live, and they can watch in live on Zoom. That's the way that these are three different ways that'll work. The fourth way is to just um, take the samples, do a QuickTime video. Here's potassium feldspar, but you're not going to tell them that. This is sample number one. Look at for cleavage. It scratches glass. It does not react with acid. Show it from different angles, and then send them that video and ask them to identify the minerals, determine the luster, and determine what kind of cleavage it has, etc. So do whatever works for you. I always set lab deadlines so that students have to submit everything by Microsoft Word file or Excel file, depending on how you set up your labs. Let me show you what some of my labs look like. I'll just pick this one here. Okay, you need to set up each of your labs. Here's my lab for topographic maps. I asked them to watch these 3 videos, and then I copy an image from the internet showing a topographic map. Then I use whiteboard to draw things on that map, or you could use Word itself. There's a drawing tool that you can use Word itself to do that. And then you have the questions, and you ask your students to answer these questions and return it as an MS Word file. I ask them to take photographs of the map, so if they're drawing contour lines, and then to send it to me in email format, attached to their email. After a while, you have to tell your students exactly what to do step by step in order to do these labs. So how do you do tests and quizzes then? Well, everybody is at a different school and has different IT resources. Where I work, I can make multiple choice tests, for example. And let me show you what one looks like. And here's a typical one of my tests. And these tests, my tests are 50 questions long. You can see there's pictures and answers, and I send it in to the IT people, and I tell them which ones are the right answers by fossilization is more likely to occur if an organism has hard body parts and is buried rapidly. So I put a little star next to each one of these so that the IT people know which are the correct answers. Then they'll scramble it for me. So the 50 questions will be received in different order for each student. Now this is key to preventing cheating. I set a time. So I might set Tuesday at 7 p.m. to 8 p.m. That's the only time you can take the test. Now, it's almost impossible for someone to cheat because you can't have another student who knows all the answers take the test and for you, because he has or she has to take the test at the same time. So set a time and make sure that they take it during that time. And if they don't take it out at that time, let's say something happens in their life, then you have to have a makeup test with different questions, but still give them a 1 hour time window to complete the test. When the grades come back, you put them into an Excel spreadsheet. You're going to deal with students who are going to have all kinds of problems. You're going to have to check your email. and you're going to have to answer all of those questions. And but as long as you get your videos, you upload your videos, uh, and you give them enough time to watch those videos, and you keep them constantly updated on what they need to do, what they need to hand in, you'll be good to go. I hope this has been useful for you. Um, this is an experience that I have had over the last 3 months teaching this class, and I'm going to use these same techniques to teach this fall. You can do it too. Set up a YouTube channel, make your videos, uh, and give them links to go to your videos to take care of the lecture part of your class. Make labs that they can work on and hand back in Microsoft Word format, Excel, or photographs of um, maps where they draw things, and they can attach those to their email files. And um, if possible, have them come in and sit 6 feet apart.